Are you gonna be there for that?
I'm there, yeah,
Okay.
of course.
So the U.S. Open moves around, the U.S. Lindy Hop Championship?
It includes everything: swing dancing, Lindy Hop, East Coast, West Coast. We have an 80-year-old woman named Ellen Taylor. She do Carolina Shag.
Right.
She is superb, and she's 80.
Wow.
See, you could do these dances up to the very
So
end.
all hope is not lost for me.
Well, you just go to whatever event you want to go to.
She hasn't seen you dance yet.
She'll turn away in disgust. I'm trying hard.
That's beautiful, but I don't watch social dancing. I mean, it's wonderful. I'm glad you do it. But I'm not interested in social dancing.
Well, you're going to have a long weekend of boring things then, Norma, I'm afraid.
My life is never boring. All I'm saying is, social dancing is what people do, which is wonderful. I don't expect anything from social dancing. I don't mean that there's anything wrong with it. It's the way people dance, and that's the way they should be.
But you're more interested in what the competitors have come up with.
No. I'm only interested in producing whatever I want to produce, and that's up another level.
Right.
I have to pick up where Frankie left off.
Yeah. Well, Norma actually, few people know that Norma is actually, she's in show business. She's an entertainer. So I don't refer to her as a Lindy Hop dancer. She's a complete entertainer.
Thank you.
And she's been in show business
All my life.
78 years, or.
And I
There you
picked up
go.
on that in Houston.
And she did stand-up comedy, and she's been in film. So like that's something Frankie never did. I mean,
Well, Frankie had a job, and he had to take care of his family.
that's right. He was in the post office for 30
He should
years.
have never gotten married.
Yeah.
That's what I said. You shouldn't have gotten married. Period. But
Yeah.
men have to get married.
Well, during the Harvest Moon Ball, when Leon and Edith won first, and Frankie won second, and then when Norma won third, they normally would take the two top teams, but Frankie had a job as a farrier.
And didn't want to lose his job.
Yeah, that was like $22 a week.
Well, that was a big.
That was a great job back in those days in Harlem.
You better believe
Yeah,
it.
and to be a black person in Harlem, and
He was working.
yeah, to
And
be
he
a black.
he had to give up
Yeah.
a job for 2 weeks. And he said, "No,
No way.
I'm not going to take
Yeah.
that kind of chance." Of course.
Exactly.
So he took me
So yeah, Norma went with
Leon. And
Leon and Edith.
Good. You got the story straight.
I did.
Good.
I listened.
Yeah. Frankie had a job, but Frankie always had a job. He
It
was.
must have been extraordinary for you folks when you got to
Really?
the level where you were being invited to travel abroad.
Well, we
dance
were
and exhibit.
invited to travel abroad in 1935.
Yeah, I know, a long time ago.
Yeah.
That must have been just extraordinary for you because of growing up in Harlem. And I mean, that just expanded your...
Yeah.
Well, what was marvelous for me, if a girl had to go to Europe for an education, I got an education by osmosis. I had an education that money couldn't buy.
Yeah.
And I was 15 years old in Europe.
So you went when you were 15? Oh, that's
I was 15,
fabulous.
yeah.
What a great age to go to Europe.
Well, you're a sponge when you're 15.
I mean, it's an extraordinary life, but with a lot of sacrifice. I mean, there's no room to like fall in love with someone because you're on the road, and
That's over.
yeah. So
That's over. Well, see what happened with me, getting married or getting the job. A job came up, and I had to go to the job. Nothing came before the job.
now, did Frankie and Whitey do that intentionally?
Oh, that was real. That was afterwards. That
Oh,
was
okay.
real. They found a way to get me to go to Rio because they know I would have gone back to California.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did or not. I just assumed they were the ones that did it. That's all part of it.
So
Do you see where Brazil had this terrible rain, this flood, and
Rio.
these people live in the hills, and all the houses are falling down on the road?
100 people have died, at least as the last count.
Well, see, the poverty people live up in the hills, and there's shacks. Now, when that rain comes, that mud, it's like Pacific highway. When those rocks and things came down on the highway, this is what happened in Brazil yesterday. And those people's homes are in the hills because they're shacks. So there's nothing supporting it. So when it's that indulgent rain, the whole hillside comes down in the houses and on. That's what happened yesterday.
It's because they've cut
Wow.
the forest down.
Yeah, it happened when I was down in Brazil. We were driving, and the people was begging us, helping us. The houses was coming down like they're coming down on the highway like this, and the whole house come down. It was terrible.
Big chip, Chris.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Did you ever see Orpheus?
Black Orpheus.
Black
I've
Orpheus.
seen it. Yes.
Well,
It's a
remember
fabulous
that
movie.
where they lived?
Yes,
That
yes.
was typical of the
Up on the hills. Yeah.
up in the hills. That was where the Brasileiro lives.
That was a
Tracy,
fabulous
this is the Mississippi right here?
Yeah.
It sure
Yeah.
is.
Wow, that's beautiful.
This is that big steep turn I showed you on the map right near downtown.
Now, are we heading downtown now?
We're gonna go up.
Oh.
We'll get off here and then go
We're going to
uptown
go
ways.
near downtown, but then we're going to head over there.
You can see the skyline here. It's a nice view of it from the bridge.
I'm wondering, have I been down? I must have been downtown. I'm quite sure Malika's taken us downtown. I don't remember. Now, what happened to the high rise when you had when Katrina hit? I mean, what happened to all places like that? Nothing.
Lots of broken windows.
Yeah.
Just broken
You
windows.
see the leftmost tall building? That still hasn't opened since Katrina. It's got a lot of broken
Which
windows
one?
in it Still, the real tall
one
building
all
that's
the
way-
all
Oh, right
the way
there.
to the left of the Superdome.
Right. Is that the dome there that
Yes.
that came? The top came off.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, that's it.
Wow. That was where all those people was in there. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, and they didn't have air conditioning, and they didn't
terrible.
have food, and they didn't have water, and they didn't have toilets. Oh,
It was a nightmare.
awful.
And then they turned on each other. That's what's such a tragedy.
Yeah.
When things like this happen.
Well, when many people get desperate enough, they.
Well, that's what's happening in Haiti.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They steal each other's food, and you know,
Oh,
to
it
the
is such a horrible story.
Oh, the
from
whole
very
thing is
beginning of all
horrible, yeah.
history.
Well, I have to say, if my kid was starving to death, I would go steal food for him.
exactly, and that's what happened in Haiti. No, it's amazing. The most poorest country in the world got hit by an earthquake. I mean,
Yeah. Well, earthquakes don't respect wealth.
what's happening here? A bus?
I don't know. It's interesting. Looks like something.
They go to police. They got everybody. Look.
They must be doing some sort of check.
Oh. Well, it sounds like a
Movie crew.
broadcast.
Movie crew.
Pardon?
They did have a movie crew on
Hello.
the bridge earlier. I'm told.
Hey, how are you? You guys going to the dance tonight? Natalie Gomez's dance?
So Tracy, I'm happy to go pitch for. I'm not sure how much dancing I'm going to do. I'll do the lesson.
Do we pass the Armstrong Park this way?
No.
No.
Yeah, you should come. You should come to the church. It's where is it at exactly?
Henry Clay.
Henry Clay. Henry and Clay.
Clay and St. Charles.
Henry Clay and St. Charles
Loyola
Presbyterian
University.
Church.
No, it's the Christian church.
Oh, Christian Church.
St. Charles Christian Church.
I'm gonna hand you to my friend Tracy really quick because she'll be able to give you directions. This is my friend Laura.
This is Laura
Hey, Laura.
Manning.
The dance is at 6200 St. Charles Avenue. It's uptown.